Welcome to episode 99 of Cougars on Cougars. This is Jess. I am Mary. We are here after a split week. The St. Mary's game did not go as we hoped that it would.
No, but Pacific game was really fun.
Yes, the Pacific game did. So we'll get into more details of that soon. Of course, we've got our contest open and going that we will also explain some details of shortly. But we will, of course, start with our notable quotable, which I will let Jess explain the context here.
Yep, so this notable quotable was a little bit different than normal. It comes from our very own Yoli Childs, and it came from the video from Elijah Bryant's vlog, the EB&J channel that they do, where he did a Q&A with Yoli, and he asked him a question, and that question was, are you single? And this was his answer.
Yeah. So,
am I single?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you ready to mingle?
Do I have time for these females? Absolutely not.
So you're focused on school and
I'm married to the game.
There you go. That's it.
I'm taken. I might as well get a ring.
We just love that. Sometimes our notable quotable is inspiring. Sometimes it's just things that we hear our athletes and coaches say, and we could not resist that one.
That's so great.
So funny.
We love Yoli. He's so great.
Yes, go watch that vlog if you haven't, for sure. So, Cougs and contests. We explained our contest that we have running last week. We're going to explain it one more time because it closes on Wednesday, and we want you guys to keep entering. And because now we have some stuff to show off that we'll be giving out in our giveaway. So what do we got?
We've got a few different things, and some things are coming, so this isn't all of it.
Yeah,
but
this is just part of it.
A good part of it.
Signed
Dave Rose
pictures.
There's a Dave Rose. Here's a beautiful signed Elijah Bryant picture.
We've got official BYU basketball long sleeve shirts. You'll basically look like you're part of the team wearing warm-ups.
Pretty nice. Should show the hat.
Yes.
Too.
I will show the hat that everyone says that Jamal's mom would be proud to wear, which I love.
I'm sure she would. This is Zephyr brand?
Zephyr, yeah. Great brand of hat.
Courtesy of Ben Criddle. Thanks to him
Look
for
how
giving
cute,
that to us.
though.
And probably our favorite thing, and probably yours too, we have a Bodie Fuller t-shirt.
You need that.
Like
coveted. You cannot get
coveted,
that.
and yeah, we just might happen to know someone.
What?
So we're going to give this away too. So remember, you can't buy this anywhere.
No, and that, like we said, that's not all. We have that signed Kalani Sitake cup, and there may be more where that came from.
Yep.
So, how you enter. We want a video that is 30 seconds or less. The guidelines for the video are super loose. We just want some fan participation for our 100th episode. Any type of shout out you want to give to Cougs on Cougs.
Something we can pile and put into our 100th episode.
We'll accept.
And make sure you film horizontally. For us, please.
Another reminder
looks
to
better
do
on
that.
The video.
Yeah, but email the video to cougsonCougs@gmail.com. We'll put that email up there, and that's it. You're entered. We'll do a random drawing. Videos aren't necessarily judged on creativity. If you send us an entry, you're entered to win all of this amazing stuff.
Enter by Wednesday, January 31st.
Keep them coming.
Time for coaching from the couch, and as we mentioned earlier, we did have a split week, so had a big opportunity against St. Mary's and Moraga, and that did not exactly go the way we wanted it to.
Nope.
The Cougs lost 75-62, just really wasn't their night, and Jock Lando killed it again.
It was
as
Jock
it did
Lando's night, yes.
Yeah, that duo is tough to compete with.
Deadly.
So, but then we came back to the Marriott Center Saturday night. Ao and Teo were in the house, which was fun.
Yes.
It was, like, all around, it was a great game, and it was a win, thank goodness.
Yeah.
80-65.
Two losses would have been so brutal.
And I was worried about it, especially in the first half, because...
Yeah.
Anyway,
Pacific
we'll
is a good team, and they should be credited.
And they beat us already.
Yes, but not on Saturday.
Not twice.
So got the win there. So let's start, as always, with what went wrong. Coach Tyler, what do you think we could improve upon after that split week?
Okay, this is just I don't know if it's my personal feeling or preference from these two games, but the thing that I noticed from both games, I just feel like we didn't have enough threes. And looking back, I don't know if it was because we just didn't take enough or if they just weren't good looks or what, but we only had 7 threes in each game. So 7 in St. Mary's, 7 in Pacific, which I don't know. I don't know if it's just because historically I'm used to BYU shooting a lot of threes and making a lot of them, but especially in that St. Mary's game, it just felt like it wasn't enough, and it felt like we weren't maybe taking some of them when we were open or weren't running enough plays to get open looks there. I don't know what it was, but I'd like to see our team have more than 7 3-pointers in a game.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it makes sense that you're feeling that way, especially when St. Mary's is so deadly from beyond the arc. You want to be able to compete with them from beyond the arc, especially when we miss so many easy shots. I thought that was going to be your what went wrong, because Jess was complaining to me during the game about all the easy shots at the rim that we were missing during the St. Mary's games. It was painful.
Yeah, that was bad. What about you, Coach Blanchard?
For me, speaking of 3-pointers, when I look back at the St. Mary's game, the moment for me where it all went downhill, and I am, known for staying positive until very, very late in games because momentum can change on a dime.
Sure.
But when Jock Landale hit that 3, and I think there was still a few minutes left at that point, 4 or more, he just hit that 3 and it just kind of took the wind out of my sails as a fan at home watching. So I can only imagine for the team.
That's the shot as a BYU fan that you're like, oh no, don't shoot that. It's going to go in. Even though Jock Landale had made 0 3-pointers this season.
Right. So the fact that he was taking it in the first place, and then you're right. You knew he was going to make it, and he did. That was the moment. Not only was it a blow to us, it was a huge boost to St. Mary's. It's like when Yoli makes the 3 for us, but worse because Yoli attempts 3s.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And he's made it for a few of them.
So I can't imagine. And I think the momentum was just insurmountable
and I
at
can't
that
remember
point.
exactly if this was in that stretch, but at one point Jock Landale by himself had 11 points in a row.
No, it was during his run.
Okay, yeah.
And Jock Landale is already too much to handle, but then when he single-handedly takes over the game, it's all over. No. Let's talk about happier times. What went right? Coach Tyler, what do you think?
Well, for me, I just thought about the Pacific game, and it was Elijah Brigham Bryant because his stat line was incredible that night.
I realized how well he was playing, but I didn't put it together until after the game how incredibly efficient he was.
I feel like Elijah is turning into Tyler Haws a little bit in the fact that he'll put up these big numbers and you won't feel it during the game. Yeah, so he had 28 points. He played 39 minutes, almost the whole game. 28 points, 8 of 9 shooting.
8 of 9 shooting!
4 for 3-pointers. 8 of 9 free throws.
I'm so sad he missed that one free throw.
I know. I'm sure he's mad about it too. 7 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal, and a block, which I just thought was incredible. And at the same time, I could have just said our, bromance to Elijah Chiant because Yoli coming off the bench too after being sick against St. Mary's and
not starting that night. We put him in our tweet as the sub of the game, which is hilarious.
It is hilarious. Also had 26 points on 10 of 15 shooting, I think. So yeah, those two were amazing and continue to just really blow us away. But I also want to throw a shout out to TJ because I did feel that he did a lot to spark the defense in that Pacific game. He was really active. He was pestering them, and he was getting them mad.
Yeah, it's nice when he takes out that frustration. He was 0 for 5 from 3 against Pacific,
right.
But I like it when he takes that frustration out by playing unbelievable defense, and I think he did. He was great.
Yeah, he did. And I think it's just, maybe his build and his attitude and all that it just drives other teams crazy. And I kind of like that.
And can I just say, I had the chance to sit by TJ's grandparents, who are the cutest, by the way.
Fun.
And the most hilarious moment was when TJ got hit where it hurt. and his grandma's comment was just, well, that's got to hurt. And, what else needs to be said about that?
Yep. So good. All right, Coach Blanchard, what went right for you?
Oh, for me, so Elijah, of course, but I just wanted to focus on Jashir, who had 8 rebounds. He tied his career high of 8 rebounds.
Yeah.
And TJ, who had 7 assists. So he played really, really good defense, but TJ's passing was unbelievable. And aside from TJ, we had some really great assisting going on. The McKay Cannon alley-oop to Yoli was just...
one-handed alley-oop. That was...
so
amazing.
sick.
Such a highlight.
Yes.
Love that one.
So, but especially TJ and Jashir for me with those career highs and helping to fill up that stat sheet, kind of like what you mentioned last week, how, everyone is kind of contributing in every category. And even when Elijah does have a night that efficient, it's nice to know that he's got people backing him up.
Definitely. And I think that I'm pretty sure Jashir out-rebounded Yoli. I wonder if he bugs him about that.
Okay, time for Talk of the Town, and we are beginning with a couple of football things, about former football friends and players.
This is a weird thing to see.
It is Weird. They're wearing the same color, though. So this tweet comes from Bronco Mendenhall. Remember him?
Yes, I do remember him. I remember his 10-win seasons.
Doesn't that
very
seem
well.
so long ago? It just does,
Sadly,
for some
yes.
reason.
Yes, it does.
Anyway, Bronco said, it was great to catch up with Fred Warner, who I coached at BYU. Very proud to have 5 former players in the Senior Bowl. Fun to see them all, love them all, and it's just this picture of Bronco and Fred, and I just love to see them together.
The lighting's
It's
terrible.
The lighting is bad, but they are both in it.
Fred played in the Senior Bowl, had a few tackles there. And Zach Hicken tweeted out, Fred Warner is receiving tons of praise after day 1 of Senior Bowl practices. He has a bright future in the league. And it wasn't just day 1, it was like day 2 and 3. Like the whole week, I kept seeing tons of stuff about
lots of tweets from national
Fred.
media.
So I think he probably earned himself some money.
What is John
Ledyard from Ledyard NFL Draft on Twitter said Fred Warner has had a nice day, gonna test well.
Yeah, and it was just stuff like that throughout the whole week. Moving on to basketball, we are starting with this hilarious tweet from Chris Westone, who said that he can't be the first person to see this, and it is a comparison of Randy Bennett to none other than he who must not be named.
Yes. If you don't know
Lord
who that is.
Voldemort.
Right.
I'll name him. I ain't scared.
Yeah, me neither. I think it's the baldness and the eyebrows.
And the terrifyingness and the hateability.
The ears even. Like, they're like,
And I
for
think
real.
he chose really good pictures of them holding. It looks like Randy Bennett is casting a spell.
That's great, Chris. Good job.
Yes, we love it. We do.
Harry
We love our
Potter
doppelgangers
jokes.
and Harry Potter.
And hate Randy Bennett. Okay,
Yes.
so we tweeted this out. This comes from us. BYU basketball faces number 14 Gonzaga on Saturday in Spokane. A win over BYU helped vault St. Mary's up 3 spots, number 13. So
Must be nice to beat us, right?
But yeah, so we're facing a ranked Gonzaga again in
Yep.
Spokane, which I'm totally comfortable with. I don't know about you.
Yeah, water is wet. Gonzaga is ranked. So this time around, they're ranked number 14. I prefer it when we can knock them off when they're number 1, but I'll take
Me
what I
too.
can get.
Yeah, 14's fine.
I should not
Still
act
top
cocky.
15.
Please forgive me,
Please
basketball
win.
gods. We already mentioned that Ayo and Teo were in the house for the Pacific game, and it just added such a really fun atmosphere to the game. I think that
It was.
people were going to come out anyway for the rematch with Pacific, but even more people came to see these guys. I did not know who they were beforehand, but I spent some time before the game watching some of their YouTube videos. She
wrote a great article about it.
I did write an article about it. They are great dancers. And I love this tweet from Wise Guide that said our street cred is just on the rise. To be honest, our street cred can really go nowhere but up.
True, but like this was so unique for BYU. I mean, this doesn't really happen.
No.
I can't remember anything.
No, me neither. I was thinking
comparative to
about that
this.
when I wrote the article, and I was like, what can I compare this to? And I didn't come up with anything.
But it was cool. I hope we do that in the future.
Yeah, and I love that picture of them and his Cougarette shirt and how the Cougarettes. It was a really fun show.
I was sitting across from them during the game, kind of watching them, and they were super into the Yoli dunks. They were really into turbulence when we did that.
So fun! I hope we made.
They were
some
like
new
jumping up
fans.
and like cheering and stuff. So yeah, it was pretty fun to watch.
They're awesome. That was awesome.
Yeah,
can't say enough.
All right, Jake Edmonds tweeted out this, which I thought was really funny because we've been talking about this.
It is, yeah.
I think we've talked about it before. But he said, first question during BYU's post-game session was addressed to Elijah Bryant. So naturally, he looked at Yoli and waited for him to answer. They've taken the joke and run with it.
They sure have. Did you watch? So you watched the vlog.
I watched
when
the vlog
when Elijah introduces it, he sits down and he says, "I'm Yoli Childs and this is Elijah Bryant," and it's hilarious.
Yeah, so they know that the
they
announcers keep getting it mixed up, and it happens all the time. So now they're just owning it.
But like Yoli said, and it was really sweet that, if he has to be mixed up with anyone,
That was sweet.
at least it's, I know, they're so
love
cute,
each other.
Elijah. Okay, we love them. Okay. Oh gosh, we had this tweet. So first of all, we wanted to share a tweet from Trent Placid to show that he has joined the ranks of Twitter.
I know, it's about time.
I'm sure
Trent.
it was thanks to Ben Criddle's goading because he's on ESPN
true.
960 all the time.
It does work in that.
So
we got Brandon Davies back, and now we got Trent Placid.
yes,
It's great.
So give him a follow. He's at tplaced44. He said, "I'm watching the BYU basketball game, and Peyton Dastrup's reactions when he scores are possibly better than the actual baskets themselves. And we were like, yeah, pretty much.
He was so excited, which he should be. I mean, that's how he is on the bench. Like,
Yeah.
he doesn't change.
I love the confidence. He's as excited for himself as he is for anyone else.
Right.
It's so sweet.
It's great. I feel like it would be weird if he was like all excited on the bench and then came in and was super serious. Like, I
Stoic.
love that he's the same Peyton in the game or out of the game.
For sure.
a lot of
Oh, we just love Peyton.
This is great. So Kyle Collinsworth did a Q&A the other day, and some guy, I don't even know how to say his Twitter handle, but said, asked him, can you dunk on Jimmer Fredette? And Kyle Collinsworth
And
said,
tagged Jimmer Fredette, of
oh
course.
yeah. And Kyle just replied and said yes.
Pretty
So
straightforward.
Jimmer, of course, quote tweeted and says, negative, need proof. So we need that one-on-one matchup of Kyle and
Yeah,
Jimmer.
we're waiting. Boring Jimmer has really stepped up his Twitter game. I was
great lately.
laughing.
No, it's pretty good. So I don't know. What do you think? Can Kyle dunk on Jimmer?
Maybe.
I kind of think he can too.
But Jimmer would have him in the 3-point contest. That's all that matters.
Oh, easily. And any other scoring contest.
And any other person in
Jimmer
a
is the
3-point
greatest
contest.
scorer in the world.
Yep.
Sorry, Kyle.
Yep.
We love you too, but
That's it for Talk of the Town. As for what's next, we've got 2 games. We are on the road for both games this week. First off, BYU at LMU. That one is on Thursday at 9 p.m. That game will be on AT&T Sports Network, Rocky Mountain, or Spectrum SN.
Saturday is the big one.
Ah!
BYU at number 14 Gonzaga in Spokane. That is at 8 p.m. Mountain on ESPN2. And ladies, if you're here in the area, come to our watch party.
Yeah,
we're gonna
we've
watch
gotten
it here
some
at my house.
RSVPs. It looks like we're going to have a really, really fun
It'll
group.
be a full house. It'll be a party.
Yes,
It'll be
we're
fun.
either going to win and it's going to be amazing, or you're going to have a lot of angry girls to commiserate with. So, you can't lose.
And it'll be fun. So, yeah, come to that.
As for our sponsors this week, first of all, we have Ryland Bergerson. I wanted to give a cheers to Ryland Bergerson for my free Sonic.
Shout out
And
to
we wanted to show
Ryland.
this tweet from BYU Cougars. They said BYU with 77 points and 30 seconds left on the clock. BYU Rock says we want Sonic. They started chanting it.
We want
Bergerson comes in. I got you. Drains a 3. Ice cold. Amazing.
And it was maybe one of the loudest moments of the night. It was hilarious. I was laughing so hard.
Well deserved.
And also brought to you by the McCarthy Athletic Center. So can't wait to play at our home away from home, since we own their gym 3 years in a row.
The Marriott Center
Let's hope we
North.
make it 4.
I mean, you always stay loyal to the white and blue for Just. I'm Mary. We'll see you next week.